episode with the Puppy Therapy Podcast with your host, Chris.
I'm ready.
This is episode 23. So, Raven hit me in the lip today with her knee. She need me in the lip.
Let me tell you why I hit him in the lip. He crumbled up a piece of foil, made it into a ball, and hit me in the forehead with it. So then when I complained about him hitting me in the forehead...
Why you look so sad? Like I abused you.
He picked it up and he threw it at my face again. So he hit me in the face twice. And I'm like, the first time I literally said, "You hit me in the face." And he thought it was funny and he did it a second time. So when he leaned down, bent down to pick up the ball, I lifted my knee.
So you did it on purpose? Because in there was an accident. Oh, so okay.
It was an accident that I hurt you.
Explain to them how I threw the foil paper at you since I threw it.
You cocked your arm back.
Okay, we're done with this conversation because
and
that
you
clearly
threw
didn't happen.
It doesn't matter. I
underhand tossed it and I fake tossed it a couple of times so she know that it was coming. Then she knew it was coming and she acted surprised when it hit her in the forehead. I wish I recorded on camera.
And then he hit me again. So it's just like, you hit me twice in the face and then you lean down to pick up what you could have hit me a third time with, and because you got hit in the lip, I should have threw it at your face. No, because think about it. You were just like, "Oh my God, you hit me. Why did you do that? Why did you lift?" And I was thinking to myself, now what if I just simply would have threw the foil ball back at you and it accidentally would have cut your eye or something? Then you would have been like, "Dang, you cut my eye." It would have been serious, right? You put me in the same danger of that.
Everybody that listens to this podcast is going to know that you always just take things so extreme.
Because you seriously got mad getting kneed in the lip. So yes, you were just like, "Why did you do that? Why did you?"
Really?
Yes.
Okay, we need to change Raven's thing to over exaggerate.
No. Because then when I said, "You hit me in the face twice," you were like, "Oh, I guess you're internally bleeding in your head," or something. Like, you really was taking it there. And I was like, okay, the inside of your lip is bleeding and you making it seem like you throwing the ball at me was nothing.
It wasn't nothing. I picked up the foil paper and I did 2 fake tosses. And then I lightly tossed it at your, and I lightly tossed it up and it hit you in the face. You make it sound like I cocked it back and threw it at you like I was in the major leagues or something.
Hey, you hit me in the face twice, and the first time you see how shocked I was, and
I tried to end the conversation 2-3 minutes ago. This conversation is over. I'm not about to play.
We can end it. I don't care. Boom, done.
Episode 23. That's it, y'all. So, did you listen to the Tank episode with Lip Service?
So I didn't listen to the episode, but I know what was said. And then I heard him on, was it The Breakfast Club? Yeah, I heard him talking about it.
Did you hear just the sound bite, or did you hear the context that he said it in?
No, I don't even think I heard him say it.
Okay, so I'm gonna play the clip right now of the Tank, the episode with Lip Service with Tank on it. Mm-hmm. So I can actually pull it up right now. I would play it on the computer, but it'll probably have it'll probably mess up the sound. And we don't have issues before. But it should be my history. Alright, so it starts around.
Nobody taught me. Nobody was there to show me. Nobody was here to show me. I definitely had a guy say to me before, like, "But I don't lie to you. I've only lied to you a couple times about women." And I'm like, "It's a lie." That's the whole problem. But I'm not a liar. It was just about women. Like, that's it.
I hear what he's saying.
We
He's
know.
not a liar. He just lied twice.
Doesn't that make you a liar?
No, because I've done construction a couple times, but I'm not a construction.
But you could always go back to doing construction.
No, I go back. I mean, I just did. I held the sign.
Let me ask you this: if you stop singing, right? Does that mean you're not a singer no more?
see what you're confusing. No, you're confusing the two because you're insinuating that he once was a liar, right? So he's maintained that he's never lied. That's never been his position.
Only
right?
about women.
Only
Okay, so
those 2 times about those 2 girls.
So let's say a guy sucked a dick one time.
Jesus Christ.
Does that mean that? What does that mean? Say twice. Say twice. Guy sucked a dick twice. I'm waiting for the rest of this. I just sucked a dick twice. Does that make me gay?
No. Here's the thing. Okay. So,
I just sucked a dick twice.
And this is twice as excessive. But let's dig into it, right? Okay.
That he did.
He sucked the dick once, right? And then he's like, I'm not sure if I liked it or not.
Let me try
it again. And then he says, you know what? It's not for me. Don't like the taste. You see what I'm saying? So
we're not talking about chicken. We talking about dicking. In his jaw.
How you made a bar out of chicken?
Because she's an artist at heart. Natural comes next.
But it doesn't mean he's gay. It means he sucked dick twice.
Okay. So, just for the sake of your argument, that's okay. I got you.
Because the art of being gay is being gay.
It's being.
It's a continuous state of being.
So if you lie 10 times, you're not a liar. You just lie.
Well, 10 times you damn near.
That's a lot. So what's the limit? So anything above 2, you get a second chance, and then if you keep it going, then there you are.
You strike out at 3.
Yeah. Pretty much.
You strike out at 3.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so there's no point of keep going on with that episode. But what you think about what you think about
I agree. You go back, because sometimes when you eat food, if it's like,
that's food.
Perfect example today with the sriracha ketchup. You've had that ketchup multiple times. You know you didn't like it, but today you was like, let me throw this ketchup out. And you literally said, let me make sure it's nasty before I throw it out. And you took that last taste, and it's like, at the end of the day, you still don't like it. You don't like that ketchup.
Yeah.
You're not going to eat it. So it's like, you've tried it more than twice. Like they said, twice is kind of the limit. For certain things like that, I agree. That
being as far as giving someone head,
yes.
A man giving another man head.
Yes. Yeah. So if you do it I don't know. You do it the first time.
You're curious.
You could have been caught up. It could have been a slip. It could have been a whoa. What was that? And then you go back again, and you like, ooh, wait, no, okay. The first time I was delusional. I don't like this. No. This ain't it. So.
And obviously, we have nothing against gay people. We're talking about men. We're talking about when is it considered, like, when are you considered gay? Not that there's anything wrong with being gay, just to make things clear. But yes, I think the first time you do it, you're curious about being gay. Like maybe you find yourself caught up in like gay tendencies or something like that. So you decided like, let me try this. I don't know. Why would you go straight to giving someone head as you like maybe experiencing that?
But for a man, yeah. If you're trying to see if you're gay, I guess the kiss would be the first. That's like first base. I kiss a man. Do I like it? Let me kiss him again.
Yeah,
okay.
Why go all in?
But I understand the head, because if you don't want to get penetrated from the back the first time, like you don't want that to be, let me see if I'm gay.
I just think there's a lot of different variables. I wish we had a gay person on the podcast to like explain like what steps that you take, like when does head come into play. But I don't know. Anyways, going back to the thing, like I think the thing, but going into the 2, I think the first time, okay, let's say you decide to go straight into giving someone head. The first time you were curious, and you just wanted to see what it was like, see if you liked it. I feel like, and this is just obviously I'm coming from a heterosexual standpoint, I think one time is enough for me to figure, when it comes to that, something like that, for me to figure out if I like it or not. And I think I would just assume that I've never tried to do it, never thought about doing it, but I feel like just one time would be enough for me to decide if I like it or not. But going back for that second time, it's not food. Like she said in the thing, we're not talking about food. We're not talking about chicken. We're talking about.
But just like with the food, it's that taste. It's like, So first you tasted the pickles and the tomatoes on the burger. Then you like, well, wait a minute. Oh, you come back. Okay, I see that little seasoning that was in the meat. Now, okay, I like the little crispy crunch of the bread. Like, you go back and you start more. Okay, something different every time. And it's just like, okay, when you gonna get to that point where you decide yes or no, or you just getting curious.
So you saying
least.
Maybe I didn't like sucking his dick, so go on to someone else. That's what you're saying? Maybe,
I don't know. Maybe the first time it didn't get as hard as it could. Then the second time, whoa, okay. And the third time, let me do a little something down there with the, Yeah. And I don't know.
I understand what Tank was saying, but I think he went a little too far with that. And Angela Yee,
he said on the Breakfast Club though, like we were chilling and you brought that into the conversation.
So he was just like he said in even that interview, the lip service interview, he said that he was just trying to make his point.
Yeah.
So I do think he set himself up to get roasted, and now there's memes and stuff all over the
honestly,
web.
when that came about, he should have said, "Whoa, let's flip this. Let's do women, for example. Something." But it was the fact that he was a male and he said it and he went along with the thing like that. Then they like, oh, okay, so maybe he's done it, or maybe he's comfortable with doing it. No, he should have just flipped it, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, then another interview. Maybe we can put the last part of that interview in the interview with Charlamagne the God and Gucci Mane that we listened to. Well, I don't know if you heard it, but I listened to it probably like a few days ago. But the end part with how Gucci Mane started going off on Angela Yee wasn't in the interview. I'll put a clip in here. But Angela Yee, I love Angela Lee. Sound like what's his name? What's the dude that did the Breakfast Club interview a while back? Lil Webby, when he's like Angela Lee and Charlamagne Gay. Yeah, but him and her and DJ Envy, I guess they had some issues out that little triangle, whatever. But how he was going off, people were saying that Charlamagne the guy was wrong because he didn't defend his co-host.
Yeah, I see some tweet like, Angela and DJ Envy, y'all need to realize he's not your friend. He wouldn't do that or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, these are all adults.
It's Charlamagne the guy though.
This is what he does. So
yeah, I don't understand why people were surprised when it came to Charlamagne. He never censors anyone. He doesn't censor himself. Charlamagne is a smart dude, and he's the way he is. But he's not gonna sit there and edit what he said and defend Angela Yee and
like, don't say that about them. I work with them. Yeah. And then he would come back and say, well, damn dog, when they was dogging me out on the show, you didn't say X, Y, and Z, but then you asked me to come up here and be on your show.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I think he addressed that. I think he addressed it in one of his other podcasts or something like that. But yeah, that was pretty funny. So, do you have anything you want to talk about today? Oh, I thought you were about to say something. I got a subject. So, I actually thought about this on the drive home. And it's kind of, so I kind of took what old boy said when I came over to visit you at work the other day. I kind of took what he said at heart. Because they say we jump around our episodes. We never really have any structure when it comes to our podcast. So I kind of want to get back to that whole, why we started the podcast, the whole public therapy topics and stuff. Like actually get back to the public therapy theme and stuff. So I ask you a question and then you answer however you want.
Okay.
So what makes us, like, how do you know when your marriage is successful, or what makes a successful marriage?
Okay, so I would see a successful marriage. I feel like it gets ideal when you feel like you are absolutely at your happiest. Like, if you get to a point where you're like, I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that I love you, you love me, like, there's nothing that I can doubt you about. Like, I have all the trust in you. I know you're not doing anything. I know you're not talking to anybody. I know you're not, like, I know that you're spending, a healthy amount of time with me. You're talking to me about everything. As long as I think it gets to a point where it's like successful when you know that I can open up to you about anything. If something is wrong, I know that, okay, you're going to talk to me about it. I'm going to talk to you about it. If anything is going on, I know that I can go to you for anything. And I feel like when you get to that point where you're like, okay, I can exhale. Like, okay, I'm going home to my husband. Like, the same, the reciprocal. I finna say the reciprocatory. No, that's not a word. When everything is reciprocated, like, I'm just as excited to see you as you are to see me. You're just as open with your feelings as I am with my feelings. Like, you're equally as happy as I am. It's not, I'm happy and you seem sad, or, you're happy and I'm not in the mood. Like, there will be days when we aren't on the same page, but to know that, okay, I'm not out here looking stupid. You're not out here, getting bored texting somebody, getting bored. You go somewhere, I'm like, I wonder who he's meeting up with. I wonder who he's messaging. Like, you know for sure. Like, everything is solid. So, and the gist of that was reciprocating everything that I feel like that's successful. You're open, you're happy, reciprocating. There's no doubt in your mind about the other person.
Okay. See, what I think, and I didn't sit there and think about it or anything like that. I was like, let me just ask this question on the podcast, just so we have something to talk about. But for me, successful marriage, obviously, there's definitely happiness that's involved. Like, you're happy and you love your spouse unconditionally and everything like that. But also understanding that there are going to be tough times. Like, y'all can get upset at each other. You're gonna do something that you don't like, or that she doesn't like, or whatever your spouse doesn't like, but you know that you're eventually gonna work it out. Obviously, obviously it'd be different if you're talking about, like, you stepped out on the person or something like that. That'd be something different, because some people think that you're a fool to stay in a relationship like that, or if someone's putting their hands on you or something. But yeah, I think being happy, time being spent with you and your spouse and all that stuff. So, and then just understanding each other, learning each other and stuff. But yeah, I feel like some people look at successful marriages in a different light. Like, some people look at it as, like, this person was able to give me a kid, this person was able to provide for me, that's part of marriage too, as far as, like, the providing. But I think some people get into a marriage expecting way more. Like, they want to look for someone with a large abundance of money, or they looking and think that sex, like, they're hoping that, like, bomb sex with this person for the rest of my life and all this other stuff, or they get married for the wrong reasons, such as money or the good sex, or the person just looks good. They like this arm candy or whatever. So I think that's something that people get into marriage like. So
yeah. Well, and when I say, as I was sitting here thinking, like, when I say happiness, I don't mean like I'm getting the happiness from the other person. I mean, like, I'm so happy with myself. I'm so satisfied with myself. I'm so content. I'm doing what I need to be doing. I'm focused on me. And then you're doing the same thing for yourself. So that when we're together, it's like, man, I'm bringing my happiness, you bringing your happiness. Like, it's nothing bringing us down type thing. Like, I ain't looking for my happiness in you. I can't sit here and depend on you at all times, because then that means you dictate how I feel at some point, and I don't think that's.
Yeah. I think that's another issue that I see within a lot of relationships too. They looking for someone to make them happy. But just like, yes, I can make you laugh and I can buy you certain things to make you happy and stuff, but you ultimately have to be happy with yourself before someone else makes you happy. So, and a lot of people get that confused. Like, what do you mean your husband should be able to make you happy or your wife should be able to make you happy? But yes, to an extent, but you have to be happy within yourself. That's all about you doing whatever it is that you need to do to make yourself happy. So, yeah, that's just the question I want to pose on this episode's podcast. And maybe it's something that some of our listeners wanted to hear as well. So, what else we got? It's going to be another short episode.
It's going to be another short episode, but I just want to say I'm proud that we're getting our house together.
Yeah.
I bought some pictures a long time ago because I go on Pinterest and stuff like that, and I'm like, I got this vision. I'm nowhere near interior designer, and when I start buying things, it's just I'm trying to wing it or something I've seen on the computer or something like that. But I'm pretty proud of myself. Like, we've decorated the bathroom downstairs, shelves, pictures, stuff like that. And then Chris found, funny story, man, Chris found a Facebook post of a bench, right? And so we were flying back from Milan and he showed me the bench and was like, yeah, man, 25 pounds. It's a bench we can put. So we have a staircase, and under the staircase, it would be a nice place to place like a large bench to where people can sit down, take their shoes off and stuff like that. And so according to the picture, it looked like it was a nice size bench, like, you know, whatever. So he ordered it. I was home. The guy knocked on the door to deliver it. And when I opened the door, it was like a step stool bench.
Not even.
It was so small.
I wouldn't use that thing as a step stool.
I kid you not. It was maybe for like a child that's just starting to walk. If you needed to give them like a little bench somewhere for them to sit on. It's like, I looked at it and I just started laughing because we also ordered a coat rack to go up on the wall, and the coat rack was larger than the bench. And so I was just like, oh yeah, when he get home, this is going to be too funny. And so we literally set the bench outside. Like, it's great for the porch. It's great. You put it down there and you put a couple plants on it.
Yeah, it's more so of a plant holder type bench.
Maybe like 6-8 inches off the ground. Like, that's it.
Definitely not 8. That's probably half a foot. So. And
so we have like this nice wooden coat rack. And so he went back and ordered a bench and a shoe rack. And so I'm like, okay, things are coming together. The pictures I ordered, they're black frame with mostly, what's the name of that design when it's like the large white border around the pictures. And so we put those on the wall. So it's nice when you walk into the house.
Yeah. We're not going to decorate much more of the house, like upstairs and stuff, because it's not our house, and we're eventually going to move again. So not to another place in the UK. We're eventually going to leave the UK anyway. So we're not going to put too much more effort into the house. There's just a couple of other things that we need to buy. You got to do this stuff in bits and pieces. Because it's expensive to do everything. So.
Oh, it's very expensive. The one, I have this picture in the bathroom downstairs, and that picture was like $62. Then when like shipping, it was like $14 to ship or something like that. That picture was expensive. And it's like, I was like, oh, like this is a picture I'm keeping in the guest bathroom like for years.
Yeah. Even the wooden stuff that we got, because all this stuff is custom made that we have, like I sent the guy the dimensions, or everything that we have is like all made, like we got it made for us, except for that little bitty bench. That was something I just ordered because he was selling them like mad cheap. So
yeah, that can go out in like a backyard or a garden later on.
But what I was gonna say is when it comes to like wooden, like find someone that's good with woodwork, or if you're good with woodwork, because that stuff like that. The coat rack alone, if you was to get that at what's that store?
Like Home Goods or something like that.
Yeah, if you would get it to Home Goods or one of those furniture stores, I think that coat rack would easily be $200. I think I spent the coat rack was he did a deal of $45, just made it $90, and that's in pounds, so that's about $110. So and then the bench was $45, but that bench, the shoe rack, yeah. No, the coat, how much did I spend on the coat rack? I forgot. The coat rack was probably like 60 pounds maybe, because it's a heavy coat rack. And then that shoe rack is heavier. The shoe rack heavier than the bench, which is weird. Because remember, the bench was kind of light, but it's still heavy. But it's good wood. And it's probably gonna last. It could last a lifetime. Shoot, yeah, probably last a lifetime, a little longer. It's gonna survive a lot of moves, so that's why I like that. It's thick wood too, so yeah. So and we went and saw Joker this weekend. I kept falling asleep on it. But it was good. The parts that I did see was pretty good.
I thought it was really good. That is what I was expecting it to be. Only because I've seen so many people talk about it on social media, and so I kind of got like a gist of what the movie was about. I knew it wasn't just a thriller like the other side of Batman, which probably would have been good. The other perspective from the Batman movie, but like I was telling somebody at work today, I was like, it kind of threw me off just a little bit to see that they put Bruce Wayne as a little child, not like a teenager. Because I'm like, why is the difference in age, why is the gap so big?
Well, because in the Batman movies, Joker's a lot older. That was the beginning stages of the Joker. That's why Bruce Wayne was so young. Yeah. Because I got confused at first too, because I thought the Joker died oh well, whatever. Maybe they didn't. They should have seen it anyway by now.
I thought you were saying ooh like a spider or something.
No.
And it made me jump. Oh my goodness.
No. Spoiler alert. No, I don't want to do that to him.
No, don't do it. Whatever it is.
Anyways, you got to watch the whole movie all the way to the end to understand why Batman was so young, or Bruce Wayne was so young in that movie. And I understood it. Yeah. So it made sense. But that was a good movie. It's definitely focused on mental health. So people, like I told people that I went and saw it, I told them I was expecting something totally different, because I was definitely looking for more action, because there wasn't very much action in that movie. I thought it was going to be like a killing spree type situation, but it wasn't. So that surprised me, but it was still good, and it definitely conveyed a good message on why you shouldn't mess with people, because when they turn into something else. So yeah, what you laughing for? But I think that's all we got for y'all this week.
That's all we got.
So just remember, y'all can always shoot us some DMs with some questions or anything that you'd like us to discuss on the topic. Just send them like a few days out. Don't send them like the day before we're about to record or something like that. Because we usually record on the week or Mondays to Tuesdays lately, but we try to record on the weekends, but we be busy on the weekends now. Now that I'm a different person, I got energy now. So we went and got some sushi this weekend. Went and saw a movie. And the weekend before that, were we in Milan the weekend before that?
Yeah.
No, we was in London. We had a crazy cheat day, so we'd be on the move now on these weekends, trying to take advantage of me while she can. Because I will be doing another show, and prep starting in January. You excited? You gonna prep too? Yeah, right. You said that before. But yeah, so this has been another episode with the Puppy Therapy Podcast with your host Chris
and Ray.
Peace.